By far, the most questions I ever get is about my pork belly chicharron burnt end recipe. I have tons of people try to remake it online, comment on my videos, DM me, say they can't figure out how to get the skin crispy enough. So today, I'm gonna teach you how to make it, and I'm actually gonna have my buddy make it. I'm gonna walk him through it while he wears drunk goggles.
Throw it in the broiler, and that'll slowly bubble up that skin at the end. That's the finishing touch to get the chicharron.
He's actually secretly a rabbit. How's that for now?
Okay, why are we poking the holes in the skin? That way?
So it'll be pretty fun for you guys to watch. Me? It's gonna be an experience.
So this is my buddy Coco. He doesn't barbecue.
My YouTube name is Coco.
He doesn't have any experience making anything like this, and we're gonna guide him through how to make these chicharron burnt ends. We're gonna make it that easy that you should have no excuses to be able to make this at home. And he's wearing BAC 0.08 to 0.15 drunk goggles on. So really, truly.
Sports Center tried to interview me. I declined. I felt my talents were better off at Coco Cuts LLC. Much more mainstream, positive message, and really aligned with the culture of this place. I mean, I'm throwing on beer goggles for Christ's sake. Like beer at work, 10 a.m. Sign me up.
Okay, step one, Coco, is you want to put on the gloves.
Always wear protection, kids. And find the hole.
It must be skin on pork belly for this to work. I saw tons of people try it and it was skin off pork belly, and you're not gonna get chicharron with no skin. It's literally crispy skin, so it's just not gonna work. So make sure you call around. It might take a few butcher shops, but get that skin on pork belly. That is so crucial. I cannot stress it enough. How many pounds are they typically? I think this one's probably like 7, but it came like, it's hard to get the skin on pork belly, so when you get the whole thing, it's like this big. It's like 3 feet long. Step number 1 is we want to dry out that skin as much as possible. This is crucial to get it to puff up and expand when it cooks. So we're gonna start, Coco's gonna start by poking 1,000 little holes in that skin. I would try to get them as close together as possible.
Okay, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah, and make sure you're piercing that skin. It's kind of hard. So we're using like literally, these are tools. I mean,
yeah, this is,
I don't know what this is.
it's a construction
But
brand.
you just go like this. This is the softer part of the skin. This is the part that's gonna bite back. See how it pulls up?
Yeah, I got you. What's the torque element here? Elbow or?
That one's straight. This one has a little bend at the end. I bend slightly to the left.
I am a righty myself.
Yeah. So this one you gotta go from the side.
Okay.
But I recommend hitting it from like a little angle. That way it's easier to pull out.
Hitting it from the angle?
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
So rip one of those.
I've never been successful in that, but let me know how I'm doing.
Okay, why are we poking the holes in the skin? That way, the skin will dry out when we put a bunch of salt on there. The salt is gonna suck the moisture out of the skin. We're gonna leave that salt on the top of the skin, like a whole thick layer of salt on top of the skin to pull that moisture out of the skin, and those holes are just gonna help enhance that. The whole step is not 100% necessary, but it does help a lot, I've found.
Am I gonna stab my thumb here?
Okay, next step, Coco, is you want to flip it over. Flip it over.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. So cut down.
Oh, there's a bone right there. Actually, you want to remove that bone. See that little
Okay. Where's the bone?
slice?
Right here. So we're just gonna cut underneath it. Take it out.
Yeah, cut away from your hand. Always. Now,
I'm gonna make a 1-inch incision.
yeah, a 1.5. Do 1.5 and go all the way across and do it right down to the skin.
Okay.
And then we're gonna season in between each crevice. That's what's gonna give us the burn end type of. Whoa.
Am I uneven here?
Yeah, I would just point the knife more down instead of horizontal so it doesn't catch.
Okay.
And just like press down harder. All right, that's what you want to see. A nice grid. Nothing pierced the skin on this side, and now you have a nice grid. We can season in between and make burn ends on. So we're gonna use a binder, probably olive oil or hot sauce, probably lava actually.
Double fisting. Little Macarena. Or what are these called? Maracas? How's that for an advertisement?
Protein mac and cheese. I tried it. Expected it to be like any other hot sauce, but the flavor in here is nuts.
Diabolical.
Diabolical.
One could say diabolical.
Most hot sauces, they just like to burn your tongue. And to that I say, why?
And then you can't taste the food either.
Yeah.
But it does have a good kick. It's got a serious kick.
It's got a nice kick. Don't be fooled. It's got a nice kick.
And then we're gonna go maple bourbon flavor on this one. So we'll season it in between each crevice. Maple bourbon, and as that fat cooks and renders down, they're gonna get smaller. So the smoke will go in between each cube, and it'll make it like a burn end on the bottom. But remember, the top is gonna be a crispy chicharron. It's like the best thing ever. All right, first step, lava is the binder.
Binder. Barely know her.
All right, no, you're gonna want to start pouring it down.
I'm gonna binder. Okay.
That was good though.
I'm gonna have to do one eye here. I think it helps with the drunk goggles. What do they call it? One eye Willie?
Goodness.
This feels like the haunted house in your neighborhood where they had the spaghetti and they told you it was intestines.
Oh, sorry, brother. Get a close up on his shirt now. Look at his shirt, dude. Drop your meat in dirt. It's a vintage butcher shop look. I love it. It's fun.
Kusacuts.com. Oh shit.
Oh, that's the yeah. Maple bourbon is the best seasoning I've ever had in my entire life. And a nice thick layer of salt on the skin, and this is where you throw it in your fridge. 48 hours. I recommend 24 hours works too.
Now what if you don't have a fridge?
You just want it on the skin, so you scrape it off once you start cooking it. All right, now thick layer of salt.
Thick layer of salt. How's that?
But this is where you would throw it in the fridge for 48 hours, scrape it off before you start smoking it. You can also do this in the oven. You don't need a smoker to do this recipe. You can do it on the charcoal grill, gas grill, oven, doesn't matter. Just keep it on indirect heat at 250. So it's smoking, cooking low and slow for 4 hours. There we go.
Come on, man. Shit, I should get drunk more often. This isn't an easy job, it's a dirty job. Shout out to Mike Rowe. Remember that show? If you're above 18, you do. Anyway, make sure to wear protection. Mine got a little loose at the end. You don't want any accidentals, okay?
So we smoked it at 250 degrees for about 4 hours. I just like eyeballing it, seeing how much I want it cooked. As you can see, the cubes down on the bottom have shrunk. They look more like burnt ends now. So it's ready to broil and crisp up the skin. Now you're gonna grab that brush and brush vinegar onto the skin. Why are we doing this step? It is not fully necessary, honestly. It's pretty optional. But the vinegar will help soften that skin so that when it's broiling, it will broil up easier and more evenly. Now we take this, broil high, but on the low level. Basically broil low. We got it in a foil boat here because it's gonna render out when it's in there because it's really hot, so it's gonna render even more. If you don't have foil under it, it's gonna maybe start a fire in your oven, so don't do that. Now we just put this in. I like to keep crisping a little more. Sizzle. Shit, that's all in the knees. You sober up real quick?
Hold on, sorry. Listen, Mr. Officer, I didn't know I was driving. Back in action here, folks. As you can see, we got ourselves a crispy chicharron. The next step in this vital process, it's a vital step, it is. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and find this piece of meat on the cutting board. I'm gonna flip it over. We got a honey barbecue glaze mixed with lava.
Show them the crunch.
Look at this crunch. All right, Jack, while I'm layering this, why don't you tell him your deepest, darkest secret?
I'm vegetarian.
He's actually secretly a rabbit.
You nailed it. You nailed this cook.
Guys, I couldn't have done it without such a great teacher. And of course, about 7 beers.
Top tier apprentice.
Thank you, thank you. Some call me a sous chef. I call me,
Poo chef. Listen to this crunch. It is truly the best of both worlds. My most viral video recipe ever for a reason. Hundreds of millions of views on these. We finally broke it down slowly, gave it to you guys, so you should be able to recreate it pretty well at home.
I've been reborn. Not much else to say. I've never tasted anything so good in my life. It's a shame that I only know how to use a microwave, or else I would absolutely be spending my paycheck on chicharrones and chicharrones only.
Make sure to smash that subscribe button. We appreciate you guys. Ask questions, because next video we want to answer questions about anything and everything. Life, doesn't matter. Ask questions. We're going to answer them while we cook next video. Picture the crispy side. We can crop that in one corner.